We will guide you through the assembly of our workbenches, using model 12040 as an example. All other standard workbenches in our range are assembled in the same way. When opening the cardboard packaging with a utility knife, be sure not to cut too deeply into the box, otherwise parts of the workbench could get scratched. Once fully opened, the cardboard can then be used as a protective underlay during assembly. This also helps prevent unnecessary damage. First, sort all the supplied screws and accessories to make sure everything is complete and available to hand when needed. Have the required tools ready. We recommend 2 Phillips screwdrivers, sizes PH1 and PH2, an open-end wrench or a ratchet with 7 and 8 mm sockets, a 4 mm wood drill bit, a rubber or plastic mallet, a pencil, and a ruler or tape measure. Next, you can organize and set aside the individual workbench components. The paper sheets between the parts can also be used here to prevent scratches. We'll start with the 2 middle panels of the workbench. Position the middle shelf with the Küpper logo in the top left corner, as shown. Unlike the bottom shelf, this one has cutouts for the center divider. Make sure the closed side of the center divider faces to the right. Next, insert the black M5 screws and nuts into the mounting holes and tighten them securely. Now attach the bottom shelf of the workbench in the same way and secure it with the screws and nuts. Stand the assembled elements upright on the floor, then slide the back panel into its corresponding cutouts. Now lay the structure back down again and attach the side panels. Align them so that the open slots for the foot caps are at the bottom. Then screw the sides onto the main structure. Now the back panel also needs to be screwed to the side panels at 4 points. To install the feet, first slide the foot caps onto the feet and tap them firmly into place using a rubber or plastic mallet. Next, insert the fastening nut into the corresponding slot in the foot caps and screw the adjustable feet all the way into the base. A screwdriver will help guide the nuts fully into place. You can fine-tune the height and alignment later. To install the door, first fit the hinge brackets on the desired side. To do this, fix the door stop with the black plastic pin. Then fasten it at the bottom and top with the 2 metal screws. You can now remove the protective film from the door and insert the 2 door pins. To fit the door, place the lower pin into the lower hole. At the top, pull the pin downward from the inside and release again to insert it into the upper hole. You can freely choose whether to install the door and drawers on the left or right side of the workbench. A matching shelf for the compartment behind the door is available as an accessory if needed. Before installing the lock, carefully check the direction of the lock rotation and insert it so that the latch catches against the doorstop as you turn it. then secure it with the retaining bracket. Now bend the tabs at the top of the center divider and place the worktop on the workbench. You can now adjust its position as needed, either centered or aligned to suit your workshop setup. For example, if you are installing several benches side by side. If necessary, you can also shorten the worktop without any trouble. Mark the 6 screw positions with a pencil, and then turn the worktop over so the underside faces up. The marked mounting points can now be pre-drilled. If your drill does not have a depth stop, mark the required screw depth on the drill bit with masking tape. This prevents you from drilling too deeply into the worktop. Pre-drill with a 4mm bit. Then flip the worktop back over and fasten it firmly to the workbench with the hex head screws. Using a ratchet here speeds things up considerably. Now take the drawer guides and separate the runners from them by releasing the locking mechanism. To do this, press the red release latch downward and the runner will slide out easily. From the embossed letters, you can easily tell which side each guide belongs on. DL and DR mean drawer left and drawer right, and CL and CR mean cabinet left and cabinet right. Now install the guides inside the workbench. To do this, insert the back end of each guide into the slot at the rear and push it backwards. Then insert the front end to the front slot and press down. Make sure you're using the correct guides for the left and right side and the correct punched holes, as clearly marked in the instructions. Then assemble the drawers. First, fold the drawer front upwards. The back panel, which is packaged together with the front panel, is then installed at the rear of the drawer. Fasten it with 1 screw and nut on either side and 2 underneath. Now screw the folded up front securely onto the sides. Then insert the runners on the bottom right and left of the drawers and lock them into place by pushing upward. The handles are attached along with the front panel. This is done by inserting the 2 screws into the mounting holes and securing the cup handle from the inside. You can now, with a little pressure, push the drawer into the workbench. To remove the drawers again, press the red levers on the runners, right hand lever down, left hand lever up, and pull the drawer out. Place the bench in its final location and level it. If the workbench door catches or doesn't open freely, check which side of the bench needs to be raised to create enough room for the door. Then turn the corresponding foot clockwise a few times until the door opens and closes without resistance. If the front of the drawers appear crooked, slightly loosen the mounting screws on the handles so the front panel can move a little. Align the front panel with the bench, Then tighten the screws firmly again. You can repeat this process until all fronts are perfectly aligned. Matching drawer dividers are available as accessories in our range. We wish you every success and lots of enjoyment with your Küpper workbench.